Greetings everyone and welcome. I'm your host Captain Ryan. Today's video comes to us courtesy of Wonton Burrito. And Wonton is playing in the Tier 10 Japanese battle wagon Yamato here in World of Warships. As the battle gets underway here, it is Sleeping Giant, it is Domination match mode, and Wonton has spawned closest to the sea cap point. So, being the Yamato, being a battleship, kind of tanky with big guns, the sea cap point is where he is going to head to first. Now obviously it is a tier 10 maximum game, but as we can see there, Lo Yang up front, there are tier 8s in play. There are carriers in this game as well, and we will see some of those aircraft at some point in this battle. Takes an initial shot there out at an Izumo who popped up briefly and then disappeared. Now, I'm not sure I would have taken that shot necessarily, as it does expose you, and Izumo, well, he was not really given the best angle there. Plus, all of those shots taken right after he dropped off detectability effectively ruined the aim on any of them, causing all of them to miss. Enemy gearing pops up there. That's a tier 10 destroyer. Very dangerous if you are in a battleship or in another destroyer. Even if you are a Lo Yang here, that gearing has more health, has more guns. Now, fortunately though, the Lo Yang has likely popped his hydroacoustic. That's probably one reason why we continue to see the gearing popped up here. He's inside of that hydroacoustic range, but it also reveals all of the gearing's torpedoes. Now those torpedoes got loaded up pretty quickly. Not sure if they're the 16 kilometer or the 10 kilometer given the time span here. Remember, the 16 kilometer torpedoes on the gearing take significantly longer to load and to reload. Enemy aircraft carrier is sending all of the planes, all of them, all at once here. He is going to endeavor to try and sledgehammer Wonton Burrito with dive bombers as well as torpedo bombers when they come around. Fortunately, a lot of friendly ships back over here, a lot of friendly battleships back over here. The destroyer is probably not going to be using their anti-aircraft so much, but definitely a combination of all of the battleships, AA, certainly prevented any more serious damage. And friendly carrier providing fighter air support here. Helps take out some of those planes as well as helps remove the enemy fighters. So that enemy carrier really gonna have a problem. Speaking of the enemy carrier has popped up. Now, notice that he is fully detected well inside of Wonton's range here. But Wonton is not targeting the carrier. This is another dubious decision on Wonton's part. Anytime a carrier pops up inside of your gun range and you are a battleship and you have your guns, well, already pointed that general direction, shoot at the carrier. The carrier can cause not just you problems in the long run and towards the end of the battle, but it can cause your destroyers problems early on in the game. Those fighters, those bombers, they can spot your friendly destroyers, and more importantly, they can and will spot your friendly destroyer torpedoes going out. So it effectively reduces their effectiveness in battle. So again, anytime enemy carriers are spotted well within range of your guns, you might as well shoot at them. Free damage sponges there. And hey, if you get the kill, you effectively give your team a massive superiority in both firepower and spotting abilities. And basically makes it uncontested on top of that. Now Wonton is reversing here. He's taking a lot of fire. Enemy team has taken an early lead here as they've managed to secure the B cap point pretty much uncontested. Wonton's team has not yet secured a cap, and they are now down 2 ships. A destroyer, giving the enemy team a destroyer advantage, especially early in the game. Very crucial, very hard to make up for, and they've lost a battleship as well. So the enemy team definitely up on points. They are gaining points. Now Wonton's team is not gaining points. Plus, the enemy team, well, they're capping the A cap point. Again, uncontested. Oddly enough, though, it looks like there's a friendly cruiser that has completely bypassed the A cap point, allowing the enemy destroyer to get in there and secure it. Go figure. Not sure what that cruiser's end goal is, but he is technically in range of that carrier, so maybe he's going to go up there and maybe he's going to shoot that carrier and take him out of the game. That's probably what is actually occurring. Wonton gets more shots out there at the Alsace, doesn't quite have enough to kill him, but if we look at it, the Alsace now is on fire. He's burning down. Yeah, he's pretty much dead, and there's going to be the first kill of the game for Wonton's team. Enemy Montana giving broadside to a Yamato. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. The answer is no, it doesn't. There's a nice big fat citadel from Wonton, plus more shots in there. It looks like another citadel, possibly a double citadel, from the friendly battleship back behind Wonton. So that Montana is clearly free XP'd his way into a tier 10 ship. Wonton, on the other hand, is starting to change directions there. He's recovering some health there. This is a little bit of a replay bug. It's recovering health, but you can see that it's not actually showing the repair icon active. Don't know why that is, just noticed it now. Wonton, on the other hand, finally has a lot of team support. His team has effectively swarmed this side of the map. The enemy team is about to secure 3 cap points, and realistically the only reason that Wonton's team is even still in the running at this point is because they have killed at least 1 ship. Otherwise, they would be dangerously low on points, and 2 more battleship losses would pretty much spell the end of them. That would end the battle because they would hit 0 points. Remember that, domination or standard battle, or pretty much any battle mode, anytime your team hits 0 points, it's an automatic loss for you. There, once again, is the Lexington, very, very low health, and again, Wonton not taking the opportunity to secure the kill on that aircraft carrier. So that aircraft carrier is going to get away just for a little bit longer, but does finally meet his end. That's the Henri, takes him out with fires. Clearly the Henri was doing something. Now the Henri is going to do what French cruisers do best. He's going to turn, he's going to run, and he's going to kite. But as we can see, he doesn't have a lot of health left there, and he's got at least 2 battleships that are aiming at him. And there is a cruiser, the Des Moines, that could theoretically be shooting at him as well, although I think the Des Moines is more focused on what's over here. Wonton taking continuous and increasing fire from all the ships. He's pretty much been the forefront of this entire flank, but his team yet somehow has not managed to secure a cap. There's Wonton's first kill with a citadel on that enemy Cleveland, who, once more, decided to come out sailing broadside in front of a Yamato. Any battleship would have been a dubious decision at best, but the Yamato, even worse so. Enemy destroyer pops up there, the tier 8 Pan-Asia destroyer, Haiza Yang there. Shots out, doesn't look like they managed to connect, but secondaries are starting to blaze away at a couple of different options here. Doesn't look like Wonton's got manual secondaries, because they do seem to be firing off from both sides and not particularly accurate. The Yamato is one of those good battleships for manual secondaries, it really is. Other enemy tier 8 destroyer, the Lightning there, British destroyer, looks like he's got low health there. Unfortunately, he's gonna get in a position where Wonton really doesn't have good shots here. He's got islands blocking his way there. The Pagoda blocks some of his shots. Can he secure the kill? Not quite enough, but it does leave that Lightning on disturbingly low health, and if friendly ships behind him could have gotten shots off at him, they could have finished him off as well. Somehow, some miracle though, they do actually manage to connect on that Lightning and take him out, and Wonton's team has managed a remarkable comeback here, as they've now killed 6 enemy ships, including the enemy aircraft carrier and 2 of their destroyers. So that early destroyer advantage the enemy team had is not panning out well for them. Normally, if you watch any of my other videos, you'll know I always say the team that gets that destroyer advantage, the radar advantage, and the aircraft advantage early in a game almost always goes on to win the game, because the destroyers don't have to worry about getting spotted by other destroyers. The carrier can attack with impunity, and or the destroyers don't have to worry about the enemy team's radar. Especially as a destroyer commander, I'm always concerned about aircraft, radar, and the enemy destroyers. Wonton has spent a good amount of time here behind this island, and he's not necessarily doing that to get his guns out of the action, but he's definitely doing it to allow himself time to effectively print a new ship. Remember, before the Conqueror, there was the Yamato and its remarkable heal ability. Enemy Izumo is also reversing there. Wonton does have some shots at him, but he's not going to take them. The Izumo is giving kind of a really bad angled broadside / forward shot there. That's not the best thing in the world, but it is a good thing if you're firing high explosives. So, as we can see, cruisers back over there, destroyers back over there, they are firing the HE at that ship, and they're going to cause him problems. Now, speaking of problems, there are 2 problems sitting in that smoke screen just ahead. Specifically, there is a British light cruiser, and there's an American heavy cruiser in the form of the Des Moines. Alabama somehow also manages to escape death. For the time being, it looks like he's trying to repair his ship there, get some HP back, but he is being attacked, and it looks like he may have been on fire. Plus, Friendly CV looks like he's got torpedo bombers headed that direction. Although, against an Alabama, remember that's like 50% torpedo reduction. Now, as Wonton pushes forward here, he is detected. He does know that there is that British light cruiser sitting in there. So he is taking speculative shots into the smoke screen where those shots are coming from. And if you zoom in, you can kind of see where those shots are coming from, right there. And you can use a little reticule there on your mini-map, kind of aim dead center right where you think they are, last known position, and you can get shots off into those smoke screens. Smoke screens are not going to leave you impervious to return fire. It just makes it more difficult for the gunners to hit you. Unfortunately, that Minotaur did not learn that lesson until just now. And a double citadel later, there's the second kill for Wonton. Wonton also, again, once more, does not have a lot of health. He is being detected there briefly. That was the radar from the Demonas. And surprisingly enough, Wonton is not using his last heal to repair his ship. Again, another dubious decision that I would have already begun doing. Hit that repair key, start recovering that ship before you even push up to this corner. Because you don't know what that American cruiser is going to do. He might decide he wants to ram you. Not going to do you much good, given how much health he's got versus how much health you've got, unless you have that ramming flag. But he could have armor piercing loaded, and at these kinds of ranges, American armor piercing is going to penetrate a Yamato, especially one coming out broadside in front of the cruiser. Now, I'm not sure what Wonton's decision making here is, other than it is going to be a bit of a problem for him if he keeps going forward, but he doesn't actually have to continue forward. The team is winning. They have all 3 caps. They're way up on points. There's the Des Moines firing off. He's firing high explosive. Fortunately, Wonton secures the kill, taking him out there that Des Moines could not angle against 18.1-inch guns. And now there is just 1 ship left, and that is the Alabama. And I actually, looking at it, don't think Wonton actually secured the kill on the Des Moines. He did damage, but didn't get the kill. Instead, he gets the kill on the Alabama right there at the end. Overall, not a bad game in the Yamato, not a good game in the Yamato. Only 121,000 damage done in the game, 4 citadels, but earning a fireproof and a dreadnought in the process. He is going to end up top of the team for XP earned at about 2,100 base XP, which is pretty good, with the Musashi incidentally coming in right behind him at 2,000 base XP. But the big thing here in this battle to take away from it is the fact that Wonton Burrito managed to tank over 4 million potential damage in this ship, and that is on the very next screen, and we will see it. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to have me take a look at, and maybe see featured on the channel, you can do so by sending it to my email. If you'd like to watch me play various games live, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.